Mike the Disgruntled Mechanic back with you again, straight from the TDM garage. Today we're working on the 2011 Chevy Volt, which we have multiple codes in again. In a previous video, which I will probably put the link up here down below somewhere, I did a video on the multiple codes in this 2011 Volt. What I did at that point was I changed out the 12 volt battery that the car has, because the 12 volt battery was 10 years old. And I know as a fact it can cause random codes on vehicles. The Volt, even though it's electric, being no different than any other internal combustion engine driven car. So I thought maybe that was the problem. The battery was replaced, and after it was replaced, we ran it to see if codes came back. And yes, codes did come back. What I'm going to do now is I'm going to show you the different codes and what they were that came back on the vehicle. Some of them came back from before. There's one on here I'm going to point out that I hadn't had before, so I'm thinking that this is giving a clue possibly to the fix that I'm going to try now. So let's go through the codes first. So I'm not too sure how good this is going to show up. I'll try my best. But the one is the hybrid. Let's go to the first one. Hybrid power control module 2, coolant control valve performance. The parking assist, I know what that is. That was caused by me. This is a reoccurring code, lost communications with electronic brake control module. This is the one that I don't remember seeing before. And this is a P1, E as in Echo, A as in Alpha, 9-00, 14 power module system, low voltage. The inflatable restraint sensing and diagnostic module, that's been in before, so that's not new. One in the Edron control module, which is just the hybrid powertrain control module 2, requesting the mill light. So that's where we're at. These are the codes we have. I was already in, looked at them, cleared them, because we have cleared the codes, and now since we cleared the codes, they haven't came back, but we're going to try this fix that I'm going to show you in a minute. So there is a TSB, Tech Service Bulletin, Technical Service Bulletin, on this problem. So some of the symptoms are service engine soon lamp, that is on, hesitation or lag while driving. That happens at times. And lost communications with multiple modules on the vehicle. Now, as you can see, I have some past codes from scans previously to the one I just cleared, and then the most recent, which is the one I just cleared. So at one time or another, we've had these codes. Now, what I didn't think of before was it says multiple modules. Is some modules we're giving codes, but they're not down in this code list, if that makes sense. So even though there's not a code in the symptoms list showing that particular module, that module could still be a problem. So what we're going to do now is, the cause of these problems, according to the Technical Service Bulletin, could possibly be a loose ground. This is G113, and it is a bolt, the mounting bolt behind the transmission for all these. So we're going to go under, we're going to find that, we're going to see what the condition of it is, if it's loose or not, and then we're going to continue. So I tried to get a picture the best I could. Up there on the back of the transmission is the ground. So the first thing I did, I know my hand's going to be in the way, but I tried to wiggle the wire, and it doesn't wiggle, so I'm assuming it's probably tight. But I'm going to check the bolt for tightness anyhow. I'm going to have to get up in here. It's not tight. I mean, I can get some turns on that. Well, that tightened it, the bolt anyhow. Now, one of the solutions is to actually put a shorter bolt in, but since I could get a couple turns on that, I think we're gonna let it at that. And of course, your other option is, if it comes back, I'm gonna take that out, consider getting a shorter bolt, plus you might as well clean the eyelet up while you have it off and, you know, clean everything up. But let's see if it returns, and we'll go from there. Now, I could take it out now, but if I don't have to, I'd prefer not to, because I'm not sure what all I'm gonna have to reset if that ground gets lost. You know, I don't know how many codes I'll get, and you know, I just don't know. So if we don't have to remove it, we won't, but we'll leave it go at that for now. So there you have it. That's one of the things you can do to clear the codes and keep the codes from coming back, is to look at that ground wire, see if it's tight. Mine appeared to be. Could it be dirt or something got behind there? I don't know. Once again, I didn't take it apart to do it because I didn't know what codes I would get and stuff by unhooking that ground, because it does control different modules. So we just tightened it up. It was slightly loose. The eyelet wasn't moving, but who knows. I did a final code clear on this. The only one I have coming back is the park sensor. I know the park sensor is not, or should not be, causing these other codes, that park sensor code, because I know what it is, and I had these other codes before the park sensor, so we're taking that out of the picture. So with saying that, I'll be back to you guys if the codes come back. Let me know what you think. Should we took the eyelet off, cleaned it, okay the way it is, give it a try? I mean, since it's my vehicle, if this doesn't clear it, do we take it off and clean it? I think so. I'm going to give that a try. But if I didn't have to disturb it, all the better. So anyhow, this is Mike the Disgruntled Mechanic saying, just remember, if you can get somebody else to do it, you're probably better off. See ya.
Oh, you dirty, rotten bolt! Bolt, how could you break off? You dirty, rotten mother! Oh, dirty, rotten, how dare you break? Oh, I can't believe it broke off! Not again! Oh, man alive! Son of a... Oh, I can't believe it broke off! Jesus! No wonder I'm the disgruntled mechanic!